Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about, can individuals with SMA feel sensation from head to toe? This is a great topic I really wanted to discuss and go over with you guys, just because many individuals, or not everyone, but many individuals do see someone in a wheelchair, for example, like myself, and they think that I can't feel below my waist. They think I'm paralyzed, just because I'm in a wheelchair. And I thought this would be a great episode to kind of touch on and talk about. Many individuals have asked me personally, can you feel this? And they'll be like, they'll touch my leg or touch certain parts of my body. And I'm like, yeah, I could feel that. I'm not paralyzed. And sometimes, me having a sense of humor, depending on the person, right? You can kind of get an idea of a person's energy and vibe and character and who they are. Will determine whether or not I mess with them. Like, oh, I can't feel that. Oh my gosh, I can't feel that. Like little things like that. That's just my sense of humor. But let's get right into today's topic, today's discussion. Yes, individuals with spinal muscular atrophy generally have normal sensation and can feel from head to toe. SMA exclusively affects motor neurons, the nerves that control movement, while the sensory nerves, the nerves that control feeling, remain completely intact and functional. Key facts about sensation and SMA. Unaffected nerves. Because sensory nerves are not affected by the disease, people with SMA can feel touch, pain, temperature, and vibrations normally across their entire body. Intelligence and cognition. SMA does not impact intelligence or mental functions. Individuals typically have normal or even above average cognitive abilities. I actually want to touch on that a little bit. Is SMA does not affect your development, your mental developments. And something I really want to talk about is, this was actually recently asked of me, is because of my SMA, do I feel like I am a lot smarter or I have a different IQ than others? I was recently asked this in one of my podcast episodes, and the answer was no. I do not think I possess certain abilities because of my condition. But however, I can say that because of my disability, it does teach you many life skills that are very essential, that I think an ordinary individual, ordinary meaning those who walk and do not have a medical condition, that they take for granted, is I do possess certain cognitive abilities, just because when life puts you in a situation such as, being in a wheelchair, you being limited and restricted from doing what many others are doing who don't have a physical disability, is you do learn skills such as like how to adapt to your situation, how to adapt to your environment. For example, if I go visit one of my aunts, which is my mom's sister, if I go visit one of their homes, sometimes, there's a step, they have stairs, or they have like a one step to kind of enter the home, and you kind of have to adapt to the situation, and you observe the situation, kind of analyze the area, and you're like, oh, you know what, this, can we move these bricks and create a little ramp just so I can get into. So that's what I mean by creating certain skill sets and certain cognitive abilities, because by default you have to learn to utilize the tools around you to make your very situation livable. You do things in the best of your ability, and you kind of do your best to make things work. For example, another thing that I can talk about is feeding myself. Holding a normal utensil. I wish I actually had like a pin around me, but like holding a normal utensil and how you hold it on your hand, sometimes you have to adapt to your situation, where because you're able to pick up the utensil this way, the normal way, or not normal, but what is considered ordinary, right? When you do it one way, you might not be able to do it the next, just because your disability is progressive. So you learn to adapt to your situation. Okay, I can't hold it. I can't hold it this way, what I was once used to. You know what? But maybe I can maybe hold it like this and adjust to your situation. So having SMA definitely does teach you a lot of cognitive abilities, just because you're constantly by default having to adjust and adapt to your environments. And I think that's why um, that's I wanted to touch on that a little bit. Other impaired functions, vision, hearing, and bowel/bladder control are also unaffected by SMA, while the muscles themselves become weakened due to the lack of motor neuron signals. The ability to feel everything around them remains completely preserved. To learn more about the disease operates and its distinct impacts on the body, you can refer to the detailed guides from Johns Hopkins Medicine or the Christopher Reeve Foundation. And this was I thought this would be a great topic to kind of share and share with you guys and go over with you guys, because again, many individuals, well, not again, not everyone, but many individuals do see someone with who is in a wheelchair and they just automatically assume, oh, they're paralyzed, they can't feel from the waist down, and that is so much further from the truth. Is I just thought this would be a great way to spread awareness on that aspect. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please like the video because it significantly helps provide much more awareness when people become much more aware and start to come across my content more. Please comment down below what you guys learned from today's episode. And if you guys and also comment down below what you would like me to create for future episodes. And please subscribe if you guys are new, because we are so close to reaching our very next milestone, which is 200 milligrams. Excuse me, 200 subscribers. I'm thinking milligrams, for example. I just had a phone call with Biogen. So, Biogen, we're talking about high dose Spinraza and things like that. That's why that happened. It's kind of funny. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please help me again reach 200 subscribers, because that would be pretty phenomenal. Because at one point we had 0. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And as always, remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.